Hello, everyone. John Bruna here with the Daily Quote. It's good to be back. I had a couple days off, a little hiatus. Had the opportunity to be of service at a retreat center, and quite a joy to have a couple of days away and being of service in such a quiet, reflective place. So I'm feeling refreshed and ready to be back here to the Daily Quote. Let's go ahead and get right to it. I'll bring it right up. I invite you to explore the difference between complaining and problem solving. When you have the desire to complain, try not to, and instead see if you can share or do something that can improve the situation. Complaining, problem solving. It's an interesting, contrast. How often do we feel better just because we're complaining? Kind of get a little validation. Here's my struggle. Here's what's going on. Things should be different. Well, is that helpful? And to some degree, it can be. When we're struggling in some way, sharing our struggle can be very helpful. We connect, we share what's going on, we're open, we're vulnerable. It builds intimacy and resiliency. But complaining just about something that you have no control over, does that help? Or does it create dissatisfaction, frustration, worry, fear, anxiety? Is it valuable to complain about things, thinking they should be different than they are, without any opportunity whatsoever to think about how to improve the situation or what we can do to engage in the life that we have given a situation? A huge amount of life can be spent in unnecessary suffering, dissatisfaction, worry, anxiety, fear, frustration, anger, based on just complaining, versus resiliency, empowerment, problem solving. So understanding the big difference between, first off, just expressing some concern, some struggle, versus complaining. And then the big difference between complaining and problem solving. Is there something you can do? What would be healthy? What would be beneficial? I had a friend of mine talk about a client that would come in to their place of work frequently and just be complaining a lot. You think about what we attend to becomes our reality. So if I'm constantly attending to what's wrong, what I don't like, how I think things should be different, well, I'm not going to be very happy. And so this person would come in and just be this constant complaining. And what she did was she thought about how to engage with this person. And so whenever she'd come in now, well, she'd say right off the bat, "Hey, what's good?" It would just shift the whole mindset. What's good? Think about what's good. And it really reduced the amount of complaining that this person was engaged in. So I invite you to think about this on your own sort of habits and conditioning. How often do we spend time complaining? And when I have the urge to complain, can I take a moment and think about, maybe not complain, maybe share an insight, share a concern, kind of talk about how to improve something. I actually have my own practice where I do my absolute best to avoid complaining. And it really has impacted my life, a lot more peace and ease, a lot more resiliency. So I invite you to explore this difference between complaining, problem solving, and expressing authentically some concerns or worries that could be helpful. And see if you can resist the complaining part. and focus on the other two as best you can. See what happens.